Do you know you can think and feel your way into being wealthy? Anyone can do it, but you have to do this one key exercise before you even step into that. And this one exercise changed my life. When I tell you, many years ago, when I'd stumbled across this top spiritual master psychic coach who was assigned to me by the universe, because I don't believe in any coincidences. I don't. I'm a strong, firm believer that you meet people for a reason. When I did this one exercise, it shifted everything. It changed my life, and that's when I signed my multi-million-dollar deals. That's what happened to me. I stepped more into my authentic energy just from this one key exercise that I'm about to share with you. But before I do, give me a thumbs up. So if you are quite new to my channel, I suggest you can head over to my website. We'll check out more information about me and my other YouTube videos that I've launched on this YouTube channel. Now, in a nutshell, I'm a top psychic. I actually reside in the top 1% out there. I'm a medium. I was recently advised to call myself a seer. I was like, okay. I was like, lucky me. And I incorporate that ability within manifestation coaching. So what that means is, imagine you've just placed an order for a pizza, and you've placed that order, and that is your desire that you've sent out to the universe. That's what you've done. You sent out your order, you sent out your desire. So as a psychic, because I naturally have access to dimensions, being able to download from the universe and from downloading from you as well, I'm able to track, okay, has it been received? Is it getting prepared? Have we started the baking process? And is it out for delivery? Do you get it? So helping one navigate through utilizing the psychic abilities really allows you to not only, one, fast track your manifestation, but two, really encourages you to spiritually grow from within. So sometimes we can see tweaks that you have to make in your manifesting state to get that end desired outcome. It's kind of a badass power if you think about it. I mean, I'm not normal. Now, to think and feel your way into being wealthy, it's not just about the external. I mean, it does play a part in it. Don't get me wrong, it does, right? It helps you feel a certain way. You embody an energy. But if you don't address the triggers, which a lot of people don't really work on, right? And I've seen this a lot when it comes to podcasters, influencers, YouTube, is that they will hit a rise, probably in fame or status. And because they haven't really addressed on the inner work and the triggers, what happens is the universe causes stagnation. So why does the universe cause stagnation? Well, it's essentially saying to you, start looking from within, because everything around you is driven by the external. And that is not what I teach or coach when it comes to manifesting, because when you're driven by the external, you are driven by the 3D circumstances around you. So you're fueled by the house, the car, the money, and don't get me wrong, it's all nice to have that, but that doesn't really sustain it. So Will Smith recently, he was on a podcast, and I want you guys to pay real careful attention to this, right? And he talks about how once you have everything at all, and you realize there is nothing that money cannot buy, right? You bought it all. Just imagine you've bought everything. Then what? You then realize it's not the thing that makes you happy. You know what really makes you happy is your internal. So when you're manifesting a way of feeling and thinking of being wealthy, you've got to look at your internal, you've got to push it out, and that becomes a form of attraction. So when your internal is so happy and so solid and so strong, everything's a form of attraction. And it's like, wow, it's a whole different state of being. So I always say to people, there's two types of people that manifest. You got the 3-dimensional manifestors, but then you've got the spiritually smart ones, who are the 5-dimensional manifestors. And that's exactly what I did. I became a 5-dimensional manifester. I learned to live inside out. I knew that any manifestation that I send out, that burning desire, is governed by spiritual laws. So heck no, I don't want no law of karma or no laws and cause and effect coming into play when it comes to my manifestation. I'm way too spiritually smart about that. What I want you to do is grab a pen and paper. I want you to make some notes, and also do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. You know, I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. Come on guys, this is like free insight, free coaching that you're going to get from one and only moi. There's only so many people that I can help on a one-to-one basis. So really help me push out this channel as much as possible. So you got to examine what your current belief system is saying about money. What's the paradigm that you've stored in there? What is it? What is that belief system? So I've heard a lot when people say money is the root of evil. I'm like, where have you got that shitty story from? Like, who's told you that? I don't believe money is the root of evil. What you do with it, perhaps, but money is not the root of evil. Then why would we have anyone in the form of a divine energy like we do with Lakshmi? If you're quite new to that, well, Lakshmi, she's the goddess of wealth. Why would we have a divine energy like that to bestow such abundant energy upon us? Why? If money is the root of evil. Really? No. So an important thing for you guys to all do is don't focus on the things that you don't have. Now, I get it a lot. People say, I'm not in the right financial situation at the moment. I don't have the money. Okay, so what's your solution? What are you doing? What's your active steps? Because the more you focus on the things that you don't have, guess what? You're amplifying the energy. And that's a crappy manifestation state to be in, isn't it? You're attracting more of the same thing. So sometimes it's good to reflect upon the things that you don't have. But don't dwell on it too long that you're amplifying that energy. Turn it into something of a burning desire, add a bit of emotion into it, and let that be the driving force to get you out your bed by 6 a.m. So there's always that one annoying person in the household, one person that really complains about the lack of something, and you're like, calm down. Like, oh my God, we don't have enough money. Oh my God, we can't pay the bills. Oh my God. Right, I want you guys to do this because I just recently did it with my brother because he was doing this exact same thing. And I was like, there is no way you are sabotaging my manifesting state. I mean, I love you, bro. I love staying with you. I love spending time with you. But this cannot go on for any longer. So what I did was I pre-recorded and I set it as an alarm ringtone for 6:30 a.m. I am grateful. I am grateful. So you can imagine when he woke up and the first thing I asked him was, what are you? And he goes, I am grateful. I am grateful. I was like, yes, you damn well should be. Actually, come to think of it, I should do another one to say, give Annie money, give Annie money. Annie is the best. Annie is the best. Annie is a superstar. Try it, guys. Yeah, so back to it. Yes, you're going to dig it out. You're going to melt it completely and you want to totally reprogram that mind. And how do you think about money now? Money's awesome. Money is mine. I am. Do you know, every time I say any affirmations about money, I always think of Mayweather. Because I just love the man's persona when it comes to money. Hey, we're the money team. Hey. See, you've got to really embody the energy too, guys. So when you've done the belief system and you've really worked on that, really embody the energy of someone that's really wealthy. Really do it. And for me, it's like Mayweather. Because I love boxing. I love how disciplined the man is. You know, I love his credentials. I love the fact that he's a businessman as well. You know, top of his game within business and boxing. And I'm like, whoa. So think of someone and say, right, how would I really embody the energy of that person? Even Rick Ross, like, I'm a boss. yay, I'm a boss. So when you're thinking about being wealthy, well, one of the exercises that my father used to do growing up as a kid was he used to give us £1, which was a lot back in the day. And he used to say, right, if you can make £5 out of this £1, you can keep the £4. So he was already training us up in an investment mode. So out of all of us, it was just me and my brother. And my brother was the smartest one, because he would buy a bag of sweets and he would sell it each for like 30-40p. And he'll come home with all this change. I'd be like, yo, bro, how did you do that? He goes, yeah, it's just easy. He was 13 at that time, 13. And building that up was skills that we acquired to allow us to think in a very entrepreneurial way of being wealthy. Because remember, being wealthy is about, it's entirely down to you whether you want to set some generational wealth, whether you want to generate a good capital part, whatever it is. You're doing these little mind tricks, mind things that you, with your mind, what you're doing is programming your way of thinking, how can I make money work for me? And my father doing that was the best thing that he did, because not only me and my brother entered into more of an entrepreneurial state, but we looked at money as, we're going to make you, Mr. Money, or the money itself, work for us. So this one exercise that I spoke about at the beginning of the video absolutely changed my life. And when I say changed my life, it was like, whoa, a whole different shift. You have to ask and really dig deep. What is the story that you are telling yourself when it comes to wealth? Now, me personally, growing up in a very, very spiritual family, right? And when you're very, very spiritually connected from within, materialistic wealth, it doesn't really appeal to you. What really appeals to us growing up in a family was serving humanitarian in many different ways, our temples in India, and all this work that we were doing. That's what really defined wealth for us. So what I had to do and really change my life was I had to dig back and say, right, I cannot have a relation that being spiritual and being very wealthy in terms of money was wrong. It's not wrong. It's the story that I told myself that I had to reprogram out. And as soon as I did that, wow, the abundance just came through. Because again, when you're very, very spiritual and you're really connected from within, you are already living inside out. You are already more in your authentic energy. You're very well connected to the universe. You get downloads. You are sensitive. You're helping a lot of people just by your nature. But what I couldn't not do was associate to the fact that being spiritual and being wealthy at the same time was bad. Because that's just a story that's come from somewhere. Yeah. Now, having a good balance between the two was very, very important as well. So really staying authentic to myself was key. And believe you and me, guys, right, the past 3 years, I have been approached by certain deals that I just said no to. I'm like, no, because it doesn't feel authentic to me. So that was my story that I've just shared with you. So you ask yourself, what is your story that you tell yourself when it comes to wealth, when it comes to money? What is it? And when you really ask yourself, really trace it back and ask, where's this story coming from? Where is it? Because you have a power to co-create with the universe. You have this ultimate, limitless being soul inside of you that once you connect it with the universe, it's just there. Your manifesting state is there. Everything happens for you and never to you. So what we've done is we have launched to the public an opportunity for you to work with us on a one-to-one basis. That is getting behind the mind, body and energy, because remember that combined is your manifesting state. So with the mind, we are not therapists. We are even better. We are psychics. So you can't hide anything away from us. We know the triggers. We know how to reprogram. We know how it's going to work for you when it comes to a mindset approach, even when it comes to the body. Now, we work with athletes. Why? Because we know the recovery rate psychically. We know which reps, how many reps to be doing, which weights, how many weights, We know it all. Even the diet, what foods you should be eating, what foods you should be avoiding, your sleep pattern, even your energy yourself. You know, looking at raising the vibration, which is a very niche energy field work that's only performed by a few mediums out there with such technical ability. So raising the vibration, obviously, if you know, the higher the vibration in your physical body, the better state you are when it comes to manifesting. So everything combined, you're not going to get anything like this anywhere else, because all three acquires a level of psyche knowledge, particularly around the energy, because there's no ordinary coach out there that's going to tell you what exactly is happening in the energy layers within your body and how to really get behind that vortex energy. So when you're ready to learn more about this, head over to my website where you'll find the section on the spiritual warriors, which outlines each and everything that you will get on a one-to-one basis with us. Now, right now we have a wait list. This wait list we've generated is over 800 inquiries, but don't be alarmed by that. Submit your details through and who knows, you might just get selected to work with us on a one-to-one basis.